Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It is what it is. Now, come on, let's go. Intercontinental Sport TV back again. This is Monday, September 26, 2020. We are back again. Yeah. We're done in the building. I swear down it's going to be loud. Oh my goodness. People, subscribe to the channel. Let's do this. Now talk to me. DJ in the building. Yeah, this is called Just Feel Right by Sarah, the instrumentalist in the building. Oh, getting chilly here, man. Come on, let's go. Ope Adebari, all the way from Nigeria, is adding it by Kunle as well. Not forgetting my main man, Prof Tugo of Chelsea. Chelsea is going to hear it this weekend. Also, who am I talking to? This is the Don in the building. Please let me tell you something. It's all about Intercontinental Sports TV. There's a link on this show. You can join us. Yeah, you can join this channel. You can just be a member on this channel. No doubt about it. Ope, what are you drinking? Talk to me, Ope. What's going on, bro? What are you drinking? Shepe or what? Talk to me. I can't hear you. Talk to me. Ole, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, boss. Good evening.
All right, what's going on? How's your side, bro?
Oh, very good.
I can't hear your friend right now.
It's been a rainy day in Lagos for much of today. So the weather is very cold, chilling. Unfortunately, for some people, the rain would have beat them while they were out.
Yeah.
And that's quite unfortunate because when rain falls in Lagos, it can be a very, very bad experience, especially when you are out. But I'm feeling cool and ready to go for this Monday sports review show as always.
All right. Prof, talk to me. What's going on your side? How's Lagos doing? Talk to me. How you doing?
Yo. Hello, Don.
All right.
It's a very chilly Monday. It's been raining all day. Just as Kule alluded to, it's been a rainy day. Very cool, calm. So it's a good time to talk football. We've missed the Premier League. It's international football. So let's talk about it.
All right, smash the like on the video if you are watching this anywhere you are watching it from. I'm still waiting on Ope. I don't know what's drinking. I don't know what's going on inside.
He's drinking Shepe.
Ope, what's going on? Can you hear me loud and clear from here? Say.
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, back again. Good to see you. Ope, what's going on, bro?
I'm good. I was drinking something healthy. Trust me.
All right, guys. You're welcome to the show. Let's quickly tell you guys, please subscribe to the channel once again. This is what we are going to discuss about today. Let me tell you something. Football is going on all in Europe right now. It's called National League Review. We're going to talk about England relegated. No doubt about it. They're going to play after this. Today they're going to play with Germany. Hungary on the brink of reaching the finals if they could be able to beat Italy. So also the main topic for today is Gareth Southgate under pressure ahead of the World Cup. Talk to me, somebody. Please, if you are going to want to join us, you can drop your comment, and I'm going to open the phone line as well if you want to reach out to us. Also, we're going to talk about the Algeria versus Nigeria friendly match. It's going to go down in today's discussion for today. And also, my main man from another mother. I'm talking about the legend in the tennis world. My main man, though I like Djokovic. Okay, do you like Roger Federer? I want to know right away. Roger Federer is finally retiring. Yeah. Now, okay. All right, I'm going to start with you, okay? National League is going on. Is there anything you want to summarize for the viewers, the listeners? What do you want them to know? Please talk to them.
I mean, first of all, I think, this Nations League fixtures that we're having right now, it has to be a taste of what we're going to see at the World Cup, because this is the last opportunity for all these managers to actually get a feel of their team and know the way they're going to fare at the World Cup. I'm afraid for England, they've suffered relegation right now. They'll be going into the second tier of the Nations League. Most likely the same might happen to Germany, and some other big teams have also fallen victim of this. So we begin to question managers, we begin to question their team selection, we begin to question the way they've set up their teams. A lot of football fans have started questioning the three at the back, which has been adopted by England, France, but it seems to be working for the Dutch, for the Netherlands. Germany started with it at the beginning of the campaign, and they switched back to a 4-2-3-1. But it's been difficult for them to get victories, as we saw how they suffered defeat at the hands of Norway, if I'm not mistaken, rather Switzerland as well. And even Spain suffered defeat to Switzerland at home. So, you know what? The underdogs are coming up, and they're taking advantage of the Nations League, and they're trying to get in good form. So I believe we're going to get it. We're getting a taste of the World Cup as it is. Hopefully, these players remain fit. Come World Cup, they're able to perform and forget the woeful Nations League performances.
Absolutely. Prof, is there anything you want to talk about on this National League? What's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean it's been just like Ope said, it's been a strange one with the big teams really underperforming. France they've had just one win in six games, and I think they're relegated as well. It's been an atrocious performance from France. Though they're missing some key players, but they have enough there. Mbappe and like of Mbappe, Griezmann, and Giroud, they've been very, very poor in the tournament, and this is not the way you want to prepare for a World Cup. Same with England. Who we're going to talk. We're going to talk about the manager in a bit, and the English national team in a bit. But it's been an underwhelming performance. Likes of Portugal and Netherlands, they've been fantastic. They've been doing well. Belgium and co. But when you look at France, Germany, and England, you expect them to be higher up, and they've been relegated, and it's a shame. I think they have lots of work to do. Well, this is the last match. They will not meet again before the World Cup, so they will just hope that their individual players are in top form in their respective clubs, and maybe they can somehow galvanize them going into the World Cup. But it's not looking so nice for them at the moment. Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm still going to share the. Okay, I'm looking for it. Yeah, right here. Kunle, what's going on? How you doing? How's your side? Talk to me. Unmute your mic. All right.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be on this show once again. Good evening, guys. Yeah, what a weekend it has been. No club football, but what an international window it has been, especially in the Nations League, and we've seen a lot of results and a lot of shocking results. France losing, Spain losing, England being relegated from their Nations League group. And it leaves a lot of unknown, because this is the only window that they have to play until the World Cup. So um, there's just a lot of unknown going to the World Cup, and that is why I feel I wouldn't put much attention to these results. Because yeah, I heard Prof was saying, okay, Netherlands have done well, Portugal have done well, but what if the World Cup proper comes and we see something different? Because that's the thing about the World Cup. Those people that you think should be doing very well, like a team like Brazil, who, I mean, if you remove their Copa America defeat to Argentina last year, I think the last time Brazil lost was 2019 or thereabout. But when it comes to the World Cup, we find out that at the end of the day, uh, you know, they don't even reach the semi-finals. Probably
Mhm.
the same thing with Argentina as well. And you would be surprised to see maybe a country like Croatia, or maybe who knows, maybe Wales this time.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Yeah, no, that I mean, Iceland were looking very good in the 2018 World Cup. Heading into the 2018 World Cup, it looked like it was a tough group for them. They didn't get out, but it's just all to play for. So a very shocking Nations League group of Nations League results, but there's definitely a lot of unknown going to the World Cup.
All right, let's move straight into this particular one. Let me stop sharing at the moment. The main topic for today before the matches commences, I mean, a short while. Guys, let's talk about are you surprised with England in this tournament? I mean, I'm going to start with you, Opez, because so many things have been talking about the selection, player selection. I mean, selection of Southgate. What's your take on this? Or what do you feel about the mixed reaction everywhere about surrounding Southgate, about his player selection, the results, the tactics? So let's start off with you, Opez.
Yeah, Prof. I think first of all, a lot of football fans, a lot of football pundits would have thought that Southgate would stick to his policy since he took over the English team, and then we knew his policy to be picking players who are in good form, players who are playing for their clubs regularly, and important players. However, over the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like Southgate has changed his strategy.
Yeah,
Now, the strategy of Southgate is to stick with core players who he has built his team around, right?
yeah,
Players who would players who he trusts, players who have an impact on the team, talking from the back room to the field. And I'm talking about players like Jordan Pickford. I'm talking about players like Harry Maguire. I'm talking about players like Kyle Walker. I'm talking about players like Declan Rice, Harry Kane, and Raheem Sterling, just to name a few. And then he picks this set of players consistently, irrespective of their form and irrespective of what is going on with them at club level. A lot of people have questioned him picking Harry Maguire, but we can't deny the fact that Harry Maguire has been outstanding anytime he puts on the Three Lions jersey. A lot of Arsenal fans like myself clamored for Ben White to be part of the squad. A lot of people have also clamored for instead of having Luke Shaw or Ben Chilwell,
Oh,
why not
Opez,
do?
did you say Ben White?
Oh yes, Ben White. Yes, Ben
For
White.
what?
Ben White has been.
What was
Uh,
it? Was
come
it? Was
on, come
it?
on, come on. Ben White has been fantastic. He has been a fantastic signing for Arsenal
Kunle,
since
do you
he came.
agree with Ben White joining Kunle? Sorry, Opez, I'm good. I mean, people have been talking about Ben White. Ben White should have been there. What's he playing?
Yeah,
What's he?
no, absolutely. Ben White. Oh, no, no, no. Ben White has actually been a very good signing for Arsenal. Jokes aside. But then, as Okwe said, when you already have a pairing of Harry Maguire and John Stones that have kind of like been the bedrock of England for like the past 3 years or thereabouts, it's going to be difficult for Ben White to just come into the fray all of a sudden. Not least when the World Cup is less than 60 days away. I before I came on, I saw people they were trying to say, oh, Tomori, they were bringing out Tomori stats to how Tomori has been the best English defender. But when last did Tomori play? This is not club football. You can't. This is international football, and we're talking about the biggest tournament in the. We are talking about the biggest football international tournament.
Yeah.
You cannot just make such a gamble, and that is why I have a feeling that the fact that there are not going to be any October internationals has dealt a very big blow to the managers, because if there were October internationals, and let's say there was a window to play some matches before the World Cup, maybe Southgate, there could be a window for Southgate to test people like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben White, Tomori, James Madison.
Maguire,
But the window is not there. So and the thing is this, if he tries it and
Mm-hmm.
it backfires,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to come and get the blame. So I feel it is better for him to play safe and go with the players he trusts. Maybe after the World Cup, if they have a very bad outing, then maybe that is when he can start experimenting with the other players. But for now, he has to stick with what he knows best, because he cannot
hmm.
experiment and gamble at this point.
Okay,
But the question
I'm
is,
coming back to
if
you, okay, now.
okay,
Now look at this question. I'm sorry, okay, I'm going to digress a little bit, Look at this. Is he under pressure? I mean, Gareth Southgate, in your own opinion, under pressure right now.
um, from the England
You
point,
know, with the result. I'm going
of
to
course,
share I mean, England is out already.
yes, they're relegated to the second tier of the nation of
Yeah.
nations, League, which is Nations League. But first of all, it's I'll answer the question. Gareth Southgate is under pressure from the English fans and probably under self pressure. However, from the Football Association, they've made their stance clear about their feelings concerning Gareth Southgate. He's someone that they trust. He signed a contract extension after the World Cup till 2026, if I'm not mistaken. His previous contract was going to end in 2024, but I mean he got an extra 2 year extension till 2026. So that shows that they trust him, and they trust him enough to take them to this current World Cup and the next Euros. So I mean, at the end of the day, if we're thinking about it objectively, Gareth Southgate is not under pressure. However, the English FA have a very nasty record of getting rid of managers who don't get them the results needed. At the end of the day, results are needed. And then it's so after the era of the so-called golden generation of Beckham, Gerrard, and Lampard, after there was nothing to show for it, the truth is that the FA has become ruthless after that in terms of the managers who have taken over the team. Roy Hodgson was given a fair chance. He couldn't come up with anything. I don't. Sam Allardyce probably lasted only one international game before then going to Gareth Southgate. And Southgate paid his dues before becoming the manager of the Three Lions. But then again, I mean, I asked this question to Kunle and every other person who feels that Southgate should play safe and continue to play safe. What if going with the safe players? What happens when they don't become successful at the World Cup? Because just
Hmm.
like you said, look, the World Cup is going to be extremely competitive. We know the World Cup to be full of surprises. A lot of underdogs want to take advantage of that. Because I'm looking at certain teams right now, and I'm suspecting the likes of Denmark. I'm suspecting the likes of should I say also Norway. Some other teams are looking dangerous. The same way Iceland was looking dangerous going to the 2018 World Cup after having a fantastic Euro 2016. So when these upsets are around, and good enough, the English league, I'm rather England's group at the World Cup looks okay, quote and unquote. You expect them to be part of the top two teams to get out of their World Cup group. On paper, they should be. However, when you look at what's going on the pitch, it's worrisome. It's very hard for me to agree with Kunle to say we shouldn't pay too much attention to the Nations League games because we definitely know that these are the same crop of players that will most likely make the squad at the end of the day. And I think a major reason why the likes of Tomori and Magehi are even able to make the squad right now is because of the current expansion from the usual 23 man squad to a 26-man squad. If
Yeah.
this expansion was not there, I don't think Southgate will call up Maguire and Tomori, who together with Ben White, I believe are currently probably the best or one of the best young English centre backs right now. But then again, we saw the return of Eric Dyer as well. That's someone that Southgate also trusts. So we see that Southgate is
Dyer.
really, really Southgate is really, really trying to please and he's hoping that this set of boys they get their form back together and they're able to, should I say, hit the ground running once again.
All right, I'm going to turn to Prof right now. Prof, what's your take about this Gareth Southgate? I want to hear your opinion on this. Go for it, Prof.
Yeah, yeah. As we're speaking, the lineup even came out now, and
Yeah. Oh, the lineup is out.
there's no Tomori there. There's no Tomori there. Still the same back three with Maguire, Stones, and
Lord of Jesus.
um, and Shaw and Co. Well, what I want to say is, and Dyer, sorry. What I want to say is, I think, look, Southgate for me is tactically inept, and I think he's under severe pressure. And I think if he doesn't perform well in this World Cup, I think he's going to get sacked. I mean, there've been talks about Harry Regner replacing him. It's been a shambolic performance, and he kept on putting out the same. Well, with these players that he trusts, they are not performing. There are a lot of English players at the moment that are underperforming. Okay, you can't just. He had an opportunity to throw in Tomori against Italy at the San Siro, where he won this the title last season as a number one standing defender, took AC Milan all the way, and you had an opportunity to play him against Italy, and you did not. Why are you calling Tomori? Why are you calling the likes of Ivan Toney and Co when you're not going to use them? What is the essence? These same players that you keep on putting out, they are performing below par. They are not firing. So for me, I think people talk about the fact that it took England into a semi-final and to the final.
Yeah.
Look, they're on their way to the final last season. They had it easy. I mean, last Euros, they had it very easy. Who were the teams that they met? So people are still questioning Gareth Southgate his credentials before he took the manager's job, the English manager's job. What did he have in his credit account? What did he have in his bank? Nothing. He has not really done anything, to deserve that big position as an English manager. So this back three, the formation for me too, I think he needs to take it out. When he went back to back four in against Italy, they started to play better. Because look in the formation I'm seeing now against Germany, he has 6 defenders on the pitch, including if you add Declan Rice to it.
Wow.
6 defensive players against Jam. So you can't continue to play safe like that. I know he was a defender and he's a defensive minded coach, but you can't continue to play safe like that because it won't always work like that. And for me, it gives the initiative to the other team, and that's why you can see that they keep getting beat. So look, like I said, I think he's under. Me, I personally think he's under pressure from the fans, and it was a matter of time before the FA, the Football Association, they yield to the demands of the English fans and and calling for his head. And I think he might get that. He has this last opportunity to perform well at the World Cup because there's a general consensus that this is one of the best English Cup of players, talented players, by the way. Likes of Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Harry Kane, Sterling, lots of right backs and co. But then they are not really performing. So yeah, that's my take on it.
All right, that's the lineup for the match between England versus Germany. That's what we are projecting on the I think it's okay. Rice is there, James, Bellian, Luke Shaw.
This is a very good. This is a
Oh
good
my goodness, Kunle Lai
squad.
Lai.
Um,
It's good, but
I
it's,
can't
but it's
give
very,
this.
but it's very, but it's very
Yeah,
competitive.
because if you,
Cool.
no,
Sorry,
but
Don. Don. Do you know that England has not scored? I don't think did they score.
They've
Did they
not,
score in that? Did they
no,
score in that tournament? I don't think they've scored from. I don't think
They've
no
neither
not
of them
scored
goal.
an
scored.
outfield goal
yeah,
throughout the
Yeah,
Nations
an
yeah.
League.
outfield goal. So
They
Kule,
have
so
not scored
Kule,
an
please.
outfield goal
They,
throughout
this
the
is a this
Nations
is
League.
a
Only
this is
penalty.
this is a seriously defensive lineup, and
Yeah,
with the amount of talent that England
Yeah,
has going forward, you cannot be doing this. You can't continue to put in
okay,
six
so who
defensive
should
players on the
he?
pitch.
But who should he? But come on, you're playing against playing against a Germany that Germany traditionally are a good
But they're
counter-attacking
also underperforming.
team. You have to. Oh, they are underperforming. So does that mean? So because they are underperforming, does that mean you shouldn't take that they don't pose a threat and you shouldn't seem to handle the threat? Okay, it's just like saying
This is not a great
because
German side, okay?
this is not.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is not a great German side. You cannot go 6 defenders
it
To be
against
fair,
these people.
it,
You can't.
I
it,
think
it might
for
not be a great
Southgate has
German
probably gone
side.
with.
No, go ahead, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, okay.
Okay, I believe the approach by Southgate have been different. At least give yourself a chance, take a go at them, and see how things go. You take a look at this German side; they have very few players who can turn a game on its head. Technically, yes, I believe the Germans are more sound than the English, but when it comes to playing as a whole team, and in terms of matching individual talents. The English are better, and that's just the truth. And I think they need to be more. They need more confidence in the team, and that needs to stem from the manager. If the manager is not portraying that confidence to the players, it's going to be a problem. Already they are short of goals, they are not scoring goals, and got some good goal scorers on the bench. Ivan Toney is in good form. Tammy Abraham is a good goal scoring talent last season. Fine, I understand Harry Kane is the captain, is the talisman.
Yeah.
Yes, he has better goal scoring record and what. Sometimes you always need to spice up the attack. Mason Mount has been on the bench, and this is someone who has also had a good record when he plays for England. So we need to question things a lot. Bukayo Saka is an exciting right winger. First of all, he was played as a left wing back. I mean, why? I understand that he has the capabilities to do that, but I mean, put him where he can place a bit of a threat. And let's not forget that Bukayo Saka can also create chances. Maybe you might not successfully have Saka and Foden play attacking wise because they like to occupy the same areas on the pitch. That's fine. So if you drop Saka, bring Mount
Yeah,
in. If you're
yeah.
dropping
Sorry,
Foden,
Okwe.
let Mount. You know,
You're right. Okwe is right. And look at exactly what I just want to point out what Blessing just said now about. Please, can you take it back to the last comment Blessing made? And she was right there. Why is James Madison not called
Oh
up in
yeah,
this team?
yeah. That's the comments from
Yes,
Blessing Chinedu says.
that's a
Yeah.
man that's been in form, and we know he can open up defenses. He's very good. He's a good attacking midfielder. He is needed in this team. This team they lack ideas going forward. Macy Mount is not in a good
honestly,
form. You know,
ahead of Calvin Phillips, he should be there.
yes, where does the creativity come and flow? This manager for me is just getting stuck in. Oh, these are my players. These are my players, and I don't think it's going to work for him. Honestly, I mean,
Exactly.
Bukayo
One more
Saka
comment. One
should
more
be started
comment.
in his position. He used
Ahead,
Bukayo Saka on a
ahead
left
of
wing back.
ahead of
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is a great box to box defender, but we know he's young. He's not even 20 years old yet, meaning he finds it really, really difficult to complete 90 minutes, give it 110%. James Ward-Prowse is someone who can also deputize in that position. Maybe Ward-Prowse might not give the same in terms of inventory, but you're sure that Ward-Prowse would, I mean, hard work in there and ball distribution compared to what Jude Bellingham will give you for 90 minutes. I mean, there are options.
Um,
England have options.
I disagree, Okwe, because Bellingham has been playing at the highest level at Borussia Dortmund. Has been playing at the highest level for Borussia Dortmund
True, he
since
he has
the
been playing at the
season.
highest level for
Came
Borussia
into the
Dortmund for a
scene
while.
very
But then
early
again, for
and
England, I mean,
was very pivotal of England in England getting to last year's Euros. I mean, if you removed Saka out of the picture, I don't think England would have made it to that final. So I see, and I mean, there's so much attention on Bellingham at the moment that he's already being linked with the big club. So I don't think him being able to play 90 minutes and all of that should be a problem. I think he's very energetic. He's got the work rate, he's got the tenacity. So
Yeah.
I see age or nothing because we know very well that players age or let me say they develop very fast these days. I mean, we saw what an Erling Haaland is already doing. So I see nothing wrong with Jude Bellingham in this case. I see nothing wrong with him.
I personally, I'm sorry, I'll go for a 4-2-3-1 formation with Stones and Tomori and Rhys James and probably maybe I don't know. They don't have good left back at the moment. You could pick it. It's a
Trippier,
toss of the coin. Maybe
Trippier,
Trippier,
yeah,
Trippier.
left
maybe
back.
Ben Chilwell or Co.
Even
And
James
I'll
can
go
play
with
at left back.
Rice and Bellingham, Raheem
Yeah.
Sterling,
You're right.
Phil Foden, and Bukayo Saka, or yeah, or behind Harry Kane. Be more play more advanced football. Don't be too defensive. I think they have what is you're benching Grealish, you're benching
But
Mount, you're benching Saka, you're benching all these players, going Tony
No
and Co, Abraham,
invention.
and then
but but but, but you know
yet
the
you're not
funny
getting
thing,
goals.
guys, but you know the funny thing is I remembered last year at the Euros as well. You see, I think England just have a lot of players, and the truth is, all of them can play. I remember where they were like, "Oh, how can Phil Foden be sitting on the bench? How can Jadon Sancho be sitting on the bench?" They were talking about, "Oh, Raheem Sterling didn't really have a great season." Heading into the Euros, but we saw that this guy was very pivotal to England playing. For Mason Mount, I believe Mason Mount and Saka are in Southgate's team without an iota of doubt. But I think maybe he's just probably trying to rest them here or something. I know they are going to be in his team in the World Cup, without a shadow of doubt. They've been relegated here. Let's not forget. So maybe this is an opportunity for him to try out something.
But he
Now,
didn't
I
try
think we're
anything. He's not trying anything.
He's not
What's he
trying
trying?
anything.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying, Kule.
Nothing.
He's
He's
not
sticking to the
trying.
same back three. He's not
okay. At
trying.
least
Nothing.
he
You know,
brought,
Not doing
but he
anything
brought in
differently.
Eric. But Eric Dyer is Eric Dyer is there. You know, like you said, when he plays, he's playing in back three now, and he has an Eric. He has Eric.
He's going
He
to
has
play
Eric.
back three at the World Cup for sure. I
hmm.
knew it. I was going to
All
play
right,
back three at the World
let's
But there
move
Cup.
might be
on.
And we
some games
failed.
where he will use a back.
Now
I'm
from
very, very sure
England,
he's a
All
back
right.
three at the World Cup.
now from England, let's move back to Africa, where we're going to talk about Algeria versus Nigeria in the World Cup. Oh, sorry, friendly match. Guys, what is going on this topic? What are we going to talk about? Algeria versus Nigeria. I don't know. It's not World Cup. It's not anything. Why are they disturbing people and that? No, I mean, there shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be any match at all. They should just leave these people alone. Okay, what?
Well,
Okay, Kole.
the match is for Algeria. Okay, yeah, the match is for Algeria more than it is for Nigeria. More than
Yeah.
it is for Nigeria. You
Oh.
understand?
I want to use
It
us
is
to warm
for-
up.
Okay, what? You want to?
No, but wait, guys, but it is also important for Nigeria as well, because let us not forget that Nigeria is under a new manager, and yes, some games might have already been played in terms of the 2023 AFCON qualifiers that are coming up, but this is still an opportunity for Jose Peseiro to assess his team very well. And which better way than to do that against a team that is going to the World Cup in Algeria? Because you know the games we played against Sao Tome and was it Sierra Leone now? Were not or was it Liberia? I can't remember the other team we played. Those were not, I wouldn't say those were strong matches, because
Yeah.
whichever way, even though yes, Nigeria scored a lot of goals, but whichever way, Nigeria was going to win those games without a doubt. But this is now like a first test. So I think Pesero needs to take this seriously as much as it's a friendly, because Algeria themselves will take it seriously, because this is the only game they will be playing before the World Cup. You understand? So I feel Nigeria equally need to take it seriously, because we are having the AFCON qualifiers coming up, and our players need to be in the best possible shape, because it's been a long time Nigeria has not won the AFCON. Next year is going to make it transpired under Gennaro, where like he didn't get the best out of him and all of that. So he didn't get the best out of the team. So this is a game that Nigeria must take seriously, regardless of it being a friendly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Chinedu Blessings has been chatting up with us, dropping a comment talking about Senseion will have been so good, but then it wasn't called up. Well, let's leave that topic for now and let's move on to. I'm still thinking about Africa making it in this World Cup. Prof, what's the capacity of Africa now heading to this World Cup? What do you think Africa should? We just go there, and I don't know whether this time around we could.
I'm actually positive. I'm positive about, look, Ghana played Brazil the other day and they got thrashed 3-0. But for me, I think Brazil to be Brazil are my favorites to win the World Cup.
Wow.
So I would not really take too much to that game. But look, we have hope. That's what we do. That's as African teams. That's all we take to these tournaments. We go with more of hope, because we know that the quality is slightly different. Ghana have called up a lot of first-time players into their team. Iñaki Williams and likes of I don't know, some other French
You
players.
mean Inoki Williams?
So yeah, we hope that they can perform. Algeria, Ghana, and Senegal is another team that I feel like might do very well. They just won the Nations Cup, so my bet to be on Senegal to go the farthest. I can't remember which group they are now. I don't know the teams in their group, Senegal's group, but I feel like they have quality in that side, enough quality to be able to at least go further. So, like I said, we'll be having our eyes on the African teams, and we hope that one of them can spring a surprise. They can be one of the surprise teams. But like Okwe said, I feel like it's a World Cup that one of these fringe countries might spring up, likes of Denmark, like you said,
Yeah.
likes of one. I think the margin is getting a little bit smaller. I know the South American teams for me are still up there, but I feel like the European teams are not really. They are not really there where they want to be at the moment. So there's a space there for a so-called outsider to take to a spot there for an outsider to take in this coming tournament. And why not? It might be an African team.
Kunle, do you agree with Prof? Are you confident that Africa will go to the semi-final this time around in this? I mean, with this World Cup coming up, what's your take on that? Why did you?
I'm not. I'm not going to be that confident because
What's wrong?
because you see, the thing is, talent is not enough. Africa, I think it is well, Africa lacks proper football structures.
You can say that.
You know, yes, the likes of Germany, France, Italy, Spain, all these countries, even Brazil, Argentina, they are always going to have the nod because these countries, they have structures. Africa does not have that. It's not enough for you to just say because you have this talent, you're going to win. No, there's so much that is lacking when it comes to African football, especially from the grassroots. And because of that, it tells when we play on the big stage. So that semi-final might happen, but is it going to be something that we can do? Is it something that is going to be consistent? Okay, at least some countries have reached the quarterfinals, but what has been the story of those countries really? That's Cameroon, Ghana, and Nigeria. What has really been their story as footballing countries? Have they really shocked the world? I mean, beyond Africa, yes. Have they shocked other countries in the world when they play them, say in friendlies? Have they even shocked other teams in the World Cup proper? Have they done that over and over again? So I won't get too much excited, though I would be happy if they do. And yes, I think, like Prof said, I think my heart goes out to Senegal because I think Senegal is actually the closest. I think Senegal look well structured. That's one thing, though. They kind of really look well structured. So I think I will put I will take.
Don't put money there. Don't try.
Don't put money.
No, they are the closest. They are the closest. So I mean, before you talk about Algeria, I would definitely tip a Senegal before you talk about Algeria and the likes. But let's be hopeful, though. But I wouldn't put too much into it that Africa. Let's just hope they have a good tournament regardless.
All right, quickly. I love to put Okwe on this spot right now, and I'm going to clip this. Among all Africa countries that is heading to the World Cup, which country do you think will reach the finals?
Wow, that's a difficult thing.
Oh
I'm about to clip it.
We've not even mentioned. We are still trying to say manage semi-finals.
Don't mind me.
Wow.
You're on the spot. Let the people look at you. Yes. On the spot.
I started sweating immediately asking me this question. I think it's so easy. It's so easy to just say. I can't give you my honest opinion right now, but I feel it's so easy to just go with the number one ranked African team and the reigning defending AFCON champions, which is Senegal. Because I paid close attention to their campaign in this recently concluded AFCON in January 2022. First of all, they've got an array of stars, as far as I'm concerned, for the first time probably since 2002. And I take a look at some of the players. I'm talking about Sadio Mane, Edouard Mendy, Kalidou Koulibaly, Abdou Diallo, who just moved from PSG to Leipzig. We've got Boumana Soa. We've got Cheikhou Kouyaté. We've got Idriss Gana. We've got Mamadou Niang, who is playing for Rennes in France. And you see, the thing with all these talented players is that at a point in time for Senegal, look, their coach Ali Suse could not really find a way to make things work, and it took him time. And if you take a look at their campaign and the progression during AFCON, you would see that he eventually got his starting 11 when they got into the knockout stages, right? And then his team was so well trained and so well grounded in terms of tactics. And when he got to the knockout stage, Alisise was making the right substitutions at the right time, I must say. And then they trained so well for penalties as well. So I was very, very much impressed with Senegal, sincerely speaking. So it feels so easy to speak well of them, but I cannot deny Ghana. I cannot just ignore Ghana because of the crop of stars that they've added to the team.
Because of
However,
Thomas Partey.
exact, of course, of Thomas. Don't let me go into the issue of Thomas Partey. This issue is going to end today, you know. But then looking at Ghana against Brazil, in terms of tactical awareness, in terms of tactical prowess, I was not so impressed with Ghana. I think the coach can set up the team in a better way. It's not necessary that Andre Ayew remain a starter and start every game. I think Andre Ayew can play specific games and come in at specific moments in the game because apart from Andre Ayew, if you taking a look at the game against Ghana, you see that there was a bit of drop of quality in the team all around. Once they moved from defense to attack, they had issues. I think it's time for them to probably start building the team around Mohamed Kudus. He's the brightest light for me in terms of going forward. But then you also got Inaki Williams on the bench. This is someone who is a.
You mean Inoki Williams?
No.
Okay.
I mean Inaki Williams. This is someone who has been a proven goal scorer for years in Spain. So I mean, if the coach can find a manner in which both Mohamed Kudus and Inaki Williams can play in the same team, that would be fantastic. And probably Jordan Ayew on the left, because even though Jordan Ayew is not fantastic with his finishing, you know that he will work hard for the team and he'll get you those critical assists. So Senegal has to be my first choice, then Ghana, then probably Algeria, and then other teams will fall in order.
All right. Somebody, I think Blessing is also chatting up with you. Okwe says, I was thinking Okwe will root for Ghana because of Partey after all this Arsenal.
No. I'm tired of Thomas Partey. Arsenal should even start looking beyond Thomas Partey.
I'm very sure that deep in their minds they don't want Partey to go to that World Cup because he's an injury player and they know that it might get injured and affect their campaign. Arsenal fans are just bothered about their Premier League campaign.
I will say this. For someone who has been out for a month and just recently got back after the last Premier League fixture, I did not expect Thomas Partey to accept the call of the Ghanaian national team. I understand what it means to represent your country and being patriotic. However, I don't think he's looking after himself the same way Arsenal is looking after him. And also, I believe Arteta and Arsenal probably did not want to seem dictatorial by telling him not to honor the call of the Black Stars. And then just before the game against Brazil, he picks up a knock. The Arsenal physios know how to condition Thomas Partey. They know how to take care of him. And then obviously something went wrong, and then immediately he felt something go wrong. I'm glad that he was able to speak up and say, you know what, don't let me risk myself. But thankfully, Arsenal have called him back, and he's not going to play their next game tomorrow. So he comes back to Arsenal, and hopefully he's fit enough for the London derby. Arsenal already have issues. Kieran Tierney is out. Talking about the Nations League and this international break, teams are suffering from it. Take a look at Barcelona. Jules Koundé is out. Now Ronald Araujo is out, and Araujo has to undergo a surgery, and he's most likely going to miss the World Cup. So, international break is probably not always the best, but the World Cup is coming. We have to respect it.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, now we're going to about this main guy. In fact, I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to start with Kunle. Is a very great fan of this guy, Roger Federer. It's a bit. I don't know, Kunle. You have to take it from me. He's a fantastic. It's a legend. No, I don't want to speak. Kunle, please speak for me about this guy. Rafael.
Excuse me. Sorry. Please, don't take your time, please.
All right, let's do this. Talk to me about this guy. All right, talk to me about this guy. Over to you,
Oh,
Kunle.
yeah, Roger Federer. Um, for me, Roger Federer is the great.
I think I lost Kunle there.
Of his career titles,
Okay,
has more
sorry.
career, probably has more career titles and all. But you need to understand, well, people need to understand that Federer was an embodiment, was already
I think I can hear.
he started in the
Oh,
sport. And
okay.
even Nadal and Djokovic's emergence did not did nothing to curtail the fans'
I'm
favorite executive seasons. So it goes to sorry.
I can't hear you very clearly about your comment. You're
Oh,
breaking. Okay, I
can you
can hear
hear
you
me
now.
now?
Yeah,
Can you
yes,
hear?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I said he was an embodiment of greatness beyond the career titles that he won, because the kind of charisma he showed on the court wasn't something that Rafael Nadal or Novak Djokovic had. Yes,
Yeah.
they might have more career titles than him, Grand Slams, but Roger Federer, he was a player that was very much well loved, and you could clearly see in that last match the
Mm-hmm.
love that was being shown. I mean, even Rafael Nadal was crying. Like,
Crying.
I didn't believe it. It goes to tell you that he really respected this guy, because he was just phenomenal. I mean, this is someone who was very cool, calm, collected on court. For you to know how great Roger Federer is, he hasn't played for up to a year, but you won't believe that he is still the highest paid tennis player. He was still earning more money than any other tennis player that was active, including the
Wow.
likes of Federer. And yes, that alone should tell you how phenomenal this guy is. You would be shocked that even as he's retired, you will be surprised that he might still be making more money. Yeah, I'm telling you, that is how fantastic Roger Federer is. Unfortunately, it's sad to see him go, because
Yeah.
he's 41. His legs cannot carry it again. I mean, even in this LAVER Cup, he couldn't play the singles, because if he played the singles, he was going to be hurting his legs. So he had to play the doubles with Nadal. So it only goes to tell you, and Federer doesn't want to have any more surgeries, and he doesn't want to have any complications with his legs
Mm,
again. Yes,
mm,
because it has already taken a toll on his legs, and you don't want a situation. We have something like that in football, where a player gets injured multiple times, and they have to call it a day, because they want to think about their life after football, and they don't want to lose their legs or something. So it's a sad one, but it was always going to come to one day. And I think it's kind of fascinating that we had him and Serena Williams, who is arguably the best
mm-hmm.
tennis player,
Best tennis player
tennis player. Yes,
of
yes,
all time.
we have the
Is it of
we
all
have the
time?
two. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, who comes close to Serena Williams? Nobody. I mean, she is, when you look at, I mean, in terms of prize money, in terms of career titles, in terms of personality, everything, nobody comes close to Serena Williams. And I think it's going to take a while before anybody will come close to her. Likewise, Roger Federer. I have not seen the person who is going to overtake the kind of stature Roger Federer had. It's going to be a while before we see someone. Nadal, Djokovic definitely will not. They might have more Grand Slams, but people will still reckon with Roger. People will still reckon with Roger Federer's name regardless. And I think that speaks volumes about how great a player he was, and he will definitely be missed.
All right, Kunle, thank you so much. Because of our time, we just have to end the show today. But let me spice this up a little bit. Okay,
Mm.
the match against Arsenal versus Spurs. I want to ask you a question, Speedy. I want to look at your face. Let me spice it up a little bit. Who's going to win that match? Low key, low key.
This is not the way I want to start my Monday. I want to sleep. I want to sleep soundly this Monday night as it has rained throughout the day.
Okay.
Honestly, that cannot be my headache as I'm starting this week. But
Oh my
um,
goodness. That's the first match of the weekend, though. That's the first
yes,
match.
that's the first match of the weekend. But you know
Wow.
what? In terms of recent form, it's very hard not to say Spurs can nick a win. But let's not forget that this is a North London derby. I take a look at last season when Arsenal was struggling, and I'm talking about the beginning of the season. After losing their first 3 games of the season, and then when Arsenal were getting back into the form post international break, won their first game against Norwich, and when it got to the North London derby, a depleted looking Arsenal side on paper defeated Tottenham Hotspur 3 goals to 1. That's that is just the effect of the North London derby. So it's very hard for you to predict derbies. But if we're
Yeah.
talking, if we want to speak factually, based on recent form, as an analyst, I need to give a win to Spurs because I feel Conte has what it takes to get a win from Arsenal and Arteta.
He is coming for you.
Of course, I'll be expecting that, but realistically, it's very easy to give Spurs the win. But it's a North London derby; anything can happen.
Now I want to go to Prof. Chelsea going all the way to Crystal Palace. Are you scared?
No, no, I'm not. Well, I'm a little bit not sure about my team because we don't know where we stand with the new manager. With this, the
You,
players that
you
will be
don't
coming
know.
back to
You don't do
international break.
what? I don't want to hear that
We
one.
don't know where
You
we don't know where we stand.
you
We
don't
don't. We've just
stand
we
in
barely we
down
barely.
anywhere. You have to know.
I don't know I don't know the performance of the team now. We just we played only one game, and that was in
Chelsea, they
Champions
can
League.
dodge, they can bend,
So
they can.
so this is going to be a good test for for Graham Potter. Let's know what he has done. I mean, he's been training with the other members of the team that were not called up to the national team. So let's see what
Banana
kind of
skin up.
lineup and what type of performance is going to. I mean, Crystal Palace is not an easy feat. It's going to be very difficult for Chelsea. But I'm
Banana
sure on
skin
Friday
up.
we'll dissect everything on our
Everything. Sure.
preview on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a day to watch. It's going to be massive on Friday, no doubt about it. Then Kunle, the Manchester Derby. Talk to me.
You saved the best for last. You absolutely saved the best for last. Fantastic.
um,
Talk to me, okay?
okay.
Yeah, Man City.
Well,
Man United.
Yeah,
Man United is going
okay.
to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Though
Haaland
I'm not
hat trick.
gonna-
Never.
Come on.
Never.
Come on.
Do you know the
Not
defense we have?
Not gonna happen.
I'm talking
Not
of
gonna
Varane
happen.
and Hey, talk to me, please.
Varane and who? Hold on, Kule, sorry. Varane and who again?
Martinez.
Haaland is just raising his leg up like this over Martinez's head.
The butcher.
You are talking of the butcher.
Have you seen Haaland and Martinez?
See, here's the deal now. Yes, okay. I have a feeling that though I'm not going to get carried away because Manchester United is in good form at the moment, but when Manchester United are at their best, they can beat anybody,
Absolutely.
including Manchester City. We've done it. The fact that they have Erling Haaland, I keep saying it
we beat Arsenal now. Arsenal.
Yes, that is exactly, and that is the point I'm trying to make. Because if you notice, and if you want to beat Manchester City very well, just catch them off the counter as well, and they are going to have a bad day. Now, yes, I know the Haaland factor comes into play, but I think with time, and I'm going to say this, I think with time, I think teams are going to probably adjust to finding a way in how to stopping Haaland. We did see it against Borussia Dortmund. I keep saying it, where he was starved of service for much of the game. Yes, we know it eventually came. It was maybe in the 70-something minute. But you wouldn't usually expect that, Haaland would already produce something very early in the game or something. But he was kept quiet. So if Haaland could be kept quiet for 70-something minutes, who says a team can't do it for the entire night? And I believe it's going to happen. You understand? I believe
talking about
it's just a matter of having him of service, and the thing is, this, if
talk
Haaland
to me.
is served,
You know they fear anybody.
Did
With
you
Haaland.
see? Did you
We
see?
beat Arsenal.
Sorry, Kule.
You, the,
Sorry,
Remember,
you
Kule.
want
Did
to
you see
stab
the
Haaland?
manner? Did you see the manner of the goal that Erling Haaland
I
scored
I don't
against Borussia
understand.
I
Dortmund?
don't
An
care.
unreal
Did you
goal.
see the height?
understand. Yes,
Did you see the height
agree.
at which Haaland? Do
I
you think
agree.
Lisandro Martinez in
People
Lisandro
watching,
Martinez
please
the
stop
wildest
No,
this
guy?
guy.
Martinez. No.
Can never
Martinez.
live.
Honestly,
Can
Martinez
Martinez
should be in the
live
shots.
that?
Martinez could be in
Oh,
Haaland's socks.
He doesn't need.
Haaland socks.
He doesn't need to. I totally understand you. I totally understand. But mind you, but the funny thing is this: as much as we say, this guy is actually good aerially, like
Yeah.
you said.
of course, yeah.
Despite his height, he can jump.
Yeah. And
Maybe
I'll
he might
say
not.
one thing-
I don't
I'll say
know.
one thing to add to what
Understand.
Kule has said. Under Mourinho and under Solskjaer, United did get victories against Manchester City, who had a good score on that Pep. So anything
Yeah.
is possible at the end of the day.
Exactly,
It's a derby. Like I said, it's a derby.
and that's why I said because they are in this good form. When they are on their good
We
form,
don't
I mean,
take
it's-
this
and
club
this-
badge off our screen.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I know anything can happen in football, but look, I don't see anything
Oh
beyond
my goodness.
a massacre for me because Man City they are seriously
Their
dangerous
defense
team at
is
the moment.
their
They're on the
defense
road.
is also
They're on the road. I don't see anything. And then look,
Their
Alan's going to
defense
be
is
pumped up. It's his
well,
first.
that they are
Alan is
that they
going
are
to
very
be pumped
shitty
up.
defense.
they don't have a good
It's
That's
defense.
what
going
I
to be
am
pumped up.
saying. Man City's defense is shaky.
We'll soak them. They will play on counter.
You know, that's what I am saying.
We'll see
Like,
how it
if you can put them on that pressure
Only
very early
only they beat this guy. They beat
home
him.
and away.
Home and
Home
away.
and away. Home and away.
That's how to beat
I
them.
mean, it
Wow.
was
Soak the
so-
pressure.
I'm
Let them
looking
play
forward
the game.
to next week Monday.
I'm
Let's see how that
and here's the thing, guys.
Let's
Here's
see
the
how
thing, guys.
confident we don't have
Here's
Kule
the
will be
thing,
there.
guys.
All
Here's the thing,
right.
guys. Even if, let me just say this, even if Man City, even if United doesn't do it, I still know that there is a team in the Premier League that is going to keep City.
Of course, they will
and
lose
Haaland
game.
quiet.
They will lose. They will lose the game. Why
They're
not?
going to be kept quiet. Yeah, it's going to happen. Even if it's not going to be, I know it's going to happen. And
Even
we're
the
gonna
great,
get-
the great sides, the great Barcelona side, great Madrid side, they lose the game. Why not? City will lose the game. But at the end of the season, Alan is going to. I'm telling you, it's going to be excess of 40 goals this season.
Yeah,
It's going to be an excess of 40 goals.
Calm down,
Yeah.
calm down, really.
No,
Calm
okay,
down,
we'll see. He has scored 11.
Relax.
We'll see. In all
I'm
competitions,
See,
in all
Haaland
competitions,
will-
Alan is going to score
Haaland,
40
yes,
goals. Not
Haaland will still come. He's in a Premier League. He will still come down in that Premier League. We'll see.
All right, guys.
I want to see him break. I'm not even sure he will surpass Salah's record. But let's see.
Okay. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I want to thank you
We'll see.
so
We'll be
much.
here.
We come to the end of the show at the moment. I think we gotta go, guys. All right,
Thank
guys. One love, people. Professor Tuchel. One love. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Don.
All right. Okay, one love, man. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks, boss.
Kule.
Nice to be on the show.
All
Have a good
right,
night.
guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel. This is how we roll on this channel. We come to the end of the show, no doubt about it. It's been fantastic. Join us on Thursday. We're going to do our FPL. That's Fantastic Premier League show. On Friday, it's going to be massive. I tell you, you can see it all the way on Friday. Let's be here. It's going to be review of matches. It's going to be playing APL. It's going to be massive derby matches. Everything on this channel. Action packed. It's going to be massive. I tell you, I'm feeling it. Come on. Thank you, everybody. This is the Don. The Don of Sport Entertainment. No mess around. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's do this. It's about the match England versus Germany in the top 12. Players are moving to the pitch right now. It's going to be loud. Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.